We're now going to talk about simplifying algebraic expressions, or commonly called combining like terms. So in a previous video, you found out what like terms were, and so now we're going to combine like terms. So let's take a look at the most simple of examples. If I have 3x plus 7x minus 2x, these all three are like terms because they have the exact same variable combination, including exponents. So what we take is the number in front of the variables. It's called the coefficient. So we take the coefficient, the number in front of the variables, and we add them together. So here we have 3x's plus 7x's minus 2x's. We add those all up together and we get 8x's. So when we combine those like terms, we get 8x because we're combining the like terms. Let's look at a little bit more complicated. If I have, for example, 5x plus 3y minus 4y plus 2x, and I look to combine like terms, I start with my first variable, my first term, and I look for x, and I look down the line, are there any other like terms? And in this case, yes, there are. There's another one. Are there any other like terms? No, that's it for the 5x and the 2x. And when we have 5x's and 2x's and we combine them, we can just think of that as like if we had 5 apples and 2 apples. How many apples do we have? Well, we have 7 apples, but in this case, they're not called apples. They are called x's. Now let's look for other sets of like terms. So we look for the next one that's not been boxed, and I have 3y. Are there any other like terms? Well, yes, there are. There's a minus 4y. And so I have 3y's and minus 4y's, which means I have a minus 1y, but we don't write the number 1 as our coefficient. We just leave it blank because that implies there's a 1. So this is minus 1y, but we don't write that 1, and so we get rid of it. And so we just have 7x minus y. 7x minus y. That's combining like terms. Let's take a look at some more examples. So if I have 3x squared plus 4x minus 2x plus 7x squared plus 3xy plus x. Let's combine like terms. So we start at the very beginning, 3x squared, and there's another x squared term over here, and that's it for the x squared. So we have 3x squareds and 7x squared. That means that we have 10x squared. And now let's jump to the next term that's not been selected yet. That would be a 4x. Oh, look, there's a minus 2x, and there's a plus x. Well, that means we have 4x's minus 2x's, that gives us 2x's, plus x, that means plus 1x. So 4x minus 2x plus 1x is equal to 3x's. So we say we have plus 3x. And we look, are there any other terms that haven't been boxed yet? Well, yes, there are. So we go ahead and put a box around that last term. And we look, are there any like terms? Well, no, we're out of terms now. So we can just write that as plus 3xy. And that's combining like terms. There's nothing more complicated than that. All we need to do is look for those like terms. First, separate the terms by pluses and minuses. Look for the same combination exactly of the variables, including the exponents, and then add up the coefficients, which, if you remember, are the number in front of the variables.